The problem with being paid hourly.
Man, getting paid hourly is so dumb. Why? Think about it, man. There's no incentive to work faster than anyone else. Here's what happens when you're actually good at your job. Hey, boss. I figured out a more efficient way to do my job, so I was able to finish all my work early for the day. Great. Well, now you can help Gerald out with his work. Oh my god, dude. I gotta work with Gerald? Am I gonna get paid more money for doing more work than Gerald did today?
True. Actually true. Yeah. That's why everybody being an entrepreneur and shit. Because it's like, that is true. It's like, imagine if you had an 8-hour shift, but you finished everything in like 4 hours. You will only get paid for 4 hours. And you will not get paid for the rest of the hours unless you stay there and continue just stay on the time on the payroll until... Yeah, I agree.
No.
This is why in situations like this, work smart, not hard. Don't rush. When I used to work at retail, I remember when they used to be on some like, oh, you gotta do this at this time, you gotta do this in this speed. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. First of all, I'm getting paid minimum. Second of all, I'm here only for like 6 hours, so I'm taking my sweet ass time until it's time for me to go, and the next motherfucker that comes in, that's their problem. That's how you gotta work. Take your time, don't stress yourself out, do what you gotta do. That's it. Basically Amazon.
Can I at least take a longer lunch break or something? Some type of reward for being more efficient at my job than Gerald? Reward? For working harder? If I do twice as much work as someone else does in a day and produce more stuff for the company I'm working for, but still get paid the same, I'm just gonna purposely work slower. That's what any logical person would do. But if you got paid per unit of thing you produced or per task you completed, you'd be incentivized to work harder because it means you make more money.
Yes.
Why would I ever work harder than the minimum amount of work required to not get fired? Pfft, that's pretty lazy, man. You should work hard because then you might get a raise, and that's the right thing to do. For real, bro. Boss, I was hoping I could get a raise because I do like twice the amount of work as Gerald does. Yeah, about that, we've actually decided to promote Gerald. He's a better fit with our company culture. I mean, look at him go. He's such a cute little guy. Well, maybe you should try to fit in better with the company culture. Well, maybe you should try and fit this dick in your mouth. Well, maybe you should try and fit 2 dicks in your mouth. I could fit 10 dicks in my mouth and still come up with a better argument than you could. You could not fit 10 dicks in your mouth. Yeah, I could. No.
Wow.
You couldn't. Yeah, I definitely could. But if I was getting paid hourly to put dicks in my mouth, I definitely ain't putting in any extra for free. Well, hard-working dick sucker would. Nope, that doesn't make any logical sense. Imagine it's your job to suck dicks, and you get paid per dick you suck. Well then, you would have a logical reason to want to suck as many dicks as quickly as possible throughout the day, because that would result in more money for you. You'd be going around town sucking as many dicks as possible.
You said retro clipping his toenails? No, my nails.
Going to dick sucking conferences, experimenting with different dick sucking techniques, because when you have a reward for being good at something, oh, you're more motivated to try and get better at that thing. But if you got paid hourly, why would you care about sucking dicks quickly? You don't get any financial reward for sucking 10 dicks versus sucking 5 dicks. And obviously you'd get fired if you suck no dicks. But then the only incentive would be to figure out the minimum number of dicks you can suck every day while not getting fired. So then that way you do the smallest amount of work possible and still collect your 8 hours of pay.
True.
And that results in less desirable outcomes for the employee and the business. It's
True.
really just basic dick-sucking economics.
True. I remember when I used to work in Best Buy, this was years ago. They used to be on my ass when they were like, you had to make like a certain amount of money a week, right? And sometimes I would reach that threshold within like a day or two, but then they would force you to start doing other stuff. Oh, you gotta now try to get as much people to sign up for the Best Buy card. And then you gotta try to upsell people and sell additional stuff like the like the protection plans, and you got to try to sell them Microsoft Word and Microsoft Office with everything. Bro, no matter what, you get paid the same. And I'm just like, dude, why are you making me do all this extra shit? Then, the worst part about working at those places is that you cannot accept tip. I remember when I used to work in Geek Squad and I used to fix people's laptops and shit, they used to want to tip me. Sometimes I used to fix their shit and I wouldn't even charge them that much because I'd be like, you know what, that's kind of fucked up that I'm gonna charge you $200 to remove one virus, right? I'd be like, I ain't gonna hold you. I remember in Geek Squad sometimes, I'd be like, yo, just give me your shit. I'm gonna fix it right now. 2-3 minutes, I'm like, yo, I fixed your shit. Your shit's good to go. They'd be like, yo, let me tip you. Bro, my boss would be right there on some like, second they see them pull the 20 out and they try to put it in my hand, I'm like, we can't even accept tip. So it's like, it's dumb. It's dumb. It's like, bro, just work smart, not hard. They probably tipped you because you had some fucked up shit on the laptop and then you didn't judge them for it. No, that did happen to me one time. There was a guy's laptop that I fixed one time. Bro, this man had a porno. This man had a porno in his DVD drive. And when I turned on the laptop, you know how sometimes DVDs just auto start when you boot up a laptop? Bro, the laptop was mad crusty. When the laptop booted up, all I hear is zzz, it booted up, man. All I saw was some black booty all over the place, straight liquids, uncensored. Yo, I felt so disgusted because his laptop was crusty when I was fixing it. And then when I noticed that there was a porno in it, I was like, yo, he was beating his meat with this laptop, bro. Yo, the way I sanitized my hands, bro, like I grabbed like a whole shit of hand sanitizer and just dunked that shit in my hands and just let that shit sit there in my hands. Then I put on gloves afterwards and I sprayed his whole laptop down with like just, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. I've seen people with laptops too when I used to work in Best Buy, like roaches. I don't know how the fuck people got roach infestations in their laptop. Like when I used to open up the laptop to fix it and see what the issue was, I would just see dead roaches in their fucking laptop. I'm like, how the fuck are you this dirty? You said roaches rise up? It's crazy. People were very disgusting, man. New boxes. Mama? I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Because you know what it is? Last time I bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I didn't even get the card that I wanted. Remember when it came Battle of Chaos? I wanted a Dark Magician. Somebody said that it was like 1 in 3 boxes. Like there's 1 Dark Magician out of 3 boxes. If you get 3 cases, there's a chance you could get 1 Dark Magician. When I tell you I got like 7 or 8 cases and I didn't get a single Dark Magician, I was like, fuck this shit. I ain't opening no more Dark Magician boxes. Fuck this shit.
Whether you went through a scene kid phase in middle school or adopted a new social media...
I did. I did went through a scene kid phase in high school. It was very embarrassing. It was very, very embarrassing. But you know what? I went through it.
...a persona after smoking weed once. Everyone has some experience with copying other people. Maybe you thought ninjas and Star Wars were cool. Maybe you got a man bun. Hey, I ain't judging. Maybe you've even experienced that existential dread of feeling like you aren't even your own person. You're just a collage of other people's behavior you've stolen. It's a lot of work being yourself after all. It's probably easier to just copy someone else. But you know what they say, good artists borrow, great artists copy. So let's look at some other examples of copycats that exist in nature. Introducing Paracercius sculpta, which is basically an ocean cockroach. The males of this species come in 3 different sizes, alpha, beta, and gamma, with the alphas being much physically larger than the other males.
What?
Now, scientists have called this species the Mormons of the sea, as the alpha males guard a harem of females, denying access to the other beta males. But the betas are crafty. They're not gonna sit around and let the alpha chads hoard all the women, so instead, they pretend to be female, infiltrate the harem, and then they sneakily mate with the other females while the alpha isn't looking.
No way.
This is known as intersexual mimicry. You know, I wonder if ocean cockroaches have an incel problem. Fucking alpha males hoarding all the women for themselves. I think you guys know what we need to do. Kevin, what the fuck? Holy shit,
Kevin, no!
Jesus! Now, I'm sure you guys have all heard of the stick bug. Pretty simple. Bug that looks like a stick, nothing special. But have you heard of the satanic leaf-tailed gecko? Look at this dude. He actually looks more like just a leaf with some eyeballs than an actual gecko with a leaf tail. Some of them look more satanic than others.
They look cool.
I like to imagine the more Satan-y looking ones sell insurance for Daiko, Geico's evil counterpart. Daiko, 15 minutes is all it takes to dissolve a body in acid. There are a bunch of other animals that mimic plants too. You got katydids, the wraparound spider, the buff-tip moth, the giant leaf insect.
I like that one.
Leaf frog, leaf moth, deadleaf moth, deadleaf mantis, deadleaf pedestrian. Wait a minute. But you also got animals that mimic other animals, like the spider-tailed horned viper, which, you guessed it, has a tail that looks like a spider.
Really?
Jimmy from
I didn't know that.
grade. Fuck you, Jimmy. Always copying what I was saying and shit. Then there's the rove beetle, which over time evolved to literally change the shape of its body to mimic an ant's body, allowing it to sneak into ant colonies and steal their food. But the most disgusting and disturbing example is that of the leucochloridium, a worm parasite. They start out in birds, who then poop them out, which then gets eaten by a snail. From there, the worm larvae move into the snail's eye stalks and take control of the snail's brain. It then needs to get eaten by a bird again to fully mature. But here's the thing, birds don't normally eat snails, so it turns the snail into a literal zombie, causing its eye stalks to pulsate in this disgusting pattern. The pattern is meant to trick birds into thinking it's a nice, tasty caterpillar.
Oh my god,
so that
so
way
nasty.
birds will eat it, and then it can mature inside the bird, so it can keep living its
You say,
stupid
ain't that a
life of
Pokemon?
being pooped out
Parasect.
and eaten over and over again. Well, anyway, that's all I got for today. If you got this far, please like and subscribe, and if you...
Disgusting.